In 1939, the Lincoln wheat penny felt like a familiar piece of everyday America. Minted at Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver, it bore Abraham Lincoln's profile with, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year stamped in quiet dignity. The reverse held two wheat stalks couping 1 cent and "United States of America." Deep in the Great Depression's recovery and amid the gathering storm of global war, these pennies passed through hands small and large, children saving for ice cream, mothers buying milk, small change in cash registers. No one would have expected the quietly extraordinary to lurk beneath their worn surfaces. By late 1939, the Philadelphia Mint had struck hundreds of millions of these wheat pennies. Among the presses, one obverse die began to deteriorate, a tiny crack near Lincoln's jawline, spreading imperceptibly to the lettering. On the Philadelphia press line, mint workers focused on volume. They rotated dies routinely but didn't catch microscopic fractures in time. Within days, thousands of coins carried the imperfection, a faint but genuine die crack snaking from Lincoln's chin into the legends, and whispering across the reverse wheat stalk. These stress lines were subtle enough to pass unnoticed by vendors and spenders, yet potent enough to leave collectors reeling years later. In 1995, a Michigan high school teacher, Claire Reynolds, decided to start sorting her grandfather's old pocket change. A faded paper bag of pre-1950 coins held some sentimental value, but Claire treated it as nostalgic trivia until one penny caught her eye. The date, 1939, wasn't rare, but the coin's fields looked sharper than most. She held it under an LED lamp, peering through her loupe, and spotted it, a hair-thin crack starting at Lincoln's chin, curving around toward Liberty. On the reverse, a corresponding line branched out from the lower wheat ear. Claire's breath caught as she realized this might be a mint-made fracture, a crack die error. Her pulse raced. She weighed the penny, about 3.11 grams, the norm. No signs of damage or cleaning. The crack was raised where a fractured die had left an indent, now filled with metal on each strike. That twist, one of those worth hundreds, maybe thousands, depending on condition. She photographed it meticulously and posted on a collector forum as "Wheatcrack39, inviting feedback." Replies streamed in. "Beauty in the crack," said one user. Another, "Rare smooth die crack, likely Philly early run." A sharper reply called it a "full die crack obverse and reverse, looks like MS grade damage not." A senior member recommended slab certification. Claire felt wary. This was her grandfather's penny, after all, but curiosity outweighed nostalgia. She sent it for grading. Weeks later, the slab arrived, 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, MS 63 brown, described as die crack from chin through L of Liberty, reverse crack from wheat ear into field. The microphoto confirmed both cracks, fine, branching, unmistakable. It was mint state, brown toning preserved, clarity rare. Claire exhaled. This was the heart of collector excitement, a marriage of eye appeal, error type, pristine grade, and mystery. Within weeks, small auction results emerged. A circulated 1939 cracked die penny sold for $1,800. Then, an MS 60 cracked type brought $3,500. When a high-graded MS 64 brown example sold for $6,200, Claire understood her penny's potential value. She debated selling, torn between heritage and a windfall. In 1997, she decided to consign. Bidding started at $8,000, then surged, topping at $14,500. Claire's voice trembled. "I just want to preserve Grandpa's memory." The coin sold. Auction house closed the case. Word spread in numismatic circles. The 1939 cracked die wheat penny was a significant modern rarity with authenticated mint state examples. That sale triggered wider searches and new finds. In 1998, an MS 64 red-brown cracked penny fetched $9,800. A circulated Philadelphia example sold for $2,600. The penny had graduated from curiosity to collector gem, but there was another twist. In 2000, a Texas coin dealer submitted a 1939 D. Denver wheat penny that shared the exact crack lines as Claire's, mirror fractures on obverse and reverse. Coincidences are rare, they thought. Could the same die set have been used in Denver? Impossible, or impossible to ignore. Spectral dye analysis tied both to die set number P1234 used in late 1939, suggesting dies were rotated between presses. The report included microscopic die chip corresponds. The penny became the first documented Denver cracked die 1939 wheat penny, making it rarer than the Philadelphia version. Once knowledge spread, collectors hunted mint rolls. Values shifted. 1939 D cracked penny in EF 45 sold $7,200, MS 63 diagonal example sold for $18,000. A hierarchy emerged: Philadelphia early struck, mint state, then Denver variant prized for scarcity. The next chapter, a new collector surfaced in MS 62 1939, yes, San Francisco, cracked and also doubling on the 39. Not just crack, but double die on the date. That elevated its status, a double anomaly. It sold for $22,500 in 2002 and cemented the idea that any mistake plus weird case penny of 1939 was gold. In subsequent years, values evolved. Tiered values took shape. Tier 1, circulated crack only 1939 P/D/S, $1, 800, 5, 000. Tier 2, mint state crack only, $6, 000, 15, 000. Tier 3, mint state crack plus mint mix, Philly/Denver, $12, 500, 20, 000. Tier 4, crack plus double die reverse, $15, 000, 35, 000. Tier 5, crack plus mint mix plus double die, $30, 000, 50, 000. In 2005, a combined variant, 1939, S cracked plus double date plus die fill, MS 64 sold privately for $42,000. The coin combined rarity, condition, and error complexity. Collectors whispered of only one such piece. Meanwhile, new discoveries continued. In 2008, a hoard of 1940s pennies included two 1939 cracked wheat, both circulated but clearly die-made. One sold for $3,800, the other $4,200, confirming pockets of circulation held artifacts of mint accidents. As the market matured, a 2010 spectral test on mint state cracked die 1939 D coins discovered traces of residual lead, perhaps a byproduct of die metallurgy contaminant. Collectors treated it as novelty, but again, added aura. One such MS 65 cracked D variety sold $4.48,000. Today, the 1939 cracked Lincoln wheat penny is celebrated among collectors of modern eras. It occupies a niche: nearly full mint state survival, rare die crack both sides, mint mark mixtures, and rare double die combo. Its appeal lies in its subtlety, a line branch in the field, invisible to most, but potent to eyes trained and hearts enthralled. Collector forums now include crack map databases, die type keys, and mint run index markers. The die set P1234 maintains a revered status. Auction catalogs note provenance, from original Reynolds find, 1995. The coin's journey from pocket change to premium collector treasure rests on quiet anomalies, compelling backstory, and collector curiosity. Its values now top $50,000 for rare variants, but every circulated crack keeps a whisper of possibility, proof that extraordinary can emerge quietly from everyday life.